Now that we've got our flats laid down, this is the point at which I take a step back and I look at things with more of a critical eye. And I like to start by asking myself, where do I want to put emphasis? Working with color is all about striking a balance. And if we go back to the music analogy, you don't want all of the instruments in an orchestra to be playing at the same volume, or even at the same time. In this case, I want to make sure that the character and the dog are really standing out from the background.
Let's talk characters. Now, we have a background that looks good, but man, this blue, it's killing me. I don't know, unless it's like a little tiny thing like maybe the watch, it's just not working. It's too bright, it's too saturated, and it just feels totally outside of the palette. Probably because it's a dog and the skin tone, so it's just weird overall. So let's just start by changing those things altogether. So I'm gonna grab our dog here, and I think I need to go into this group. Yep. All right. I'm just gonna make the dog red for now. Anything but blue. Okay. Okay. Let's go into our character here, and we have a few things. So we have the hands, and these are like little like ankles, and we got face. I'm gonna zoom in. Probably should have grouped this. Nose, ear. There we go. And you know, let's try. Oh yeah! Wow. Okay, so already that's such a big difference. That's great. And I don't even. You know, fine. I'll leave it on the belt. Let's see how that looks. Okay. I mean, even just with that one change, wow, what a significant difference. So yeah, cool. Well, definitely a step in the right direction. And before we were focused on the background, and we realized that, you know, okay, green is the dominant color with little touches of brown, and then we have some kind of neutrals for the rocks and stuff. But for the most part, we want the background to be just that in the back. We want to make sure it has color, and you know, you can read everything in the shapes, but we don't want it to overshadow and outshine our wonderful characters here. So I think that's where we can start using some of these other colors. So maybe, you know, well, obviously the red and the browns, and I don't mind this dark blue at all, because that really kind of brings these things forward. And as we know, warm colors, according to our science and perception, they tend to come forward more in an image, whereas cooler ones go further back. And then obviously saturation and contrast have a lot to do with that. So let's take a look at our character here. I think red is great, but red is such a powerful color. You know, I feel like we might be using too much of it right now. So let's just try to simplify the amount of red we're using. And although I do like it on the dog, it might be a bit much. So let's try, we could do this light one, light brown. No, not enough contrast, right? It's like, yeah. So I'm feeling we could either go dark brown again, or we could try the dark blue on the dog. I mean, how would that look? Right now, this dark blue is kind of acting like our black. Okay, I mean, we lost its face and stuff, but I don't hate it. What would it look like as just brown now? Let's try that. Okay, I mean that it looks like a dog, so that's a good start. We have some issues back here with this leaf, right? Because this brown and this green are very similar in value. So, you know, we're gonna have to work on that. But I think that's a nice step. Yeah, it looks better. It's more natural. Now, this kind of pinkish undershirt color on our character is not great. Like, it's okay on the shoes down here, but against the background in this green, again, it's not working that well. So, you know, what do we do here? Well, I know I want to remove the amount of red overall, and I want to use it kind of sparingly. Like, I like it on the shoes, maybe the hat. Maybe just changing the shirt color, because that's also a shade of red, will help as well. So let's start there. Let's try using one of our neutrals. So I'm going to select my shirt bits, and I think the lighter one would work better. Okay, yeah, I don't mind that. Oh, forgot one. That also brings our character forward a little bit. This part is very hard to see, but that's fine. I'll leave it for now. I'm just trying to like trim out the red. Okay, let's change the vest color too while we're here. Maybe we'll go neutral again, but the darker one. Let's see what happens there. Okay, the darker is a better read, but yeah, we're gonna need to work on that. And I like this kind of like cool outfit overall with like a little pops of red. In fact, you know what? Let's dial in the red a little bit, because it's kind of dark. I think we can give it, if the red is going to be our accent color, let's give it a little more punch, right? So here, let's go over into this. We'll hit preview, and here, let's just start with the brightness. So it's at 80 right now. Let's bring it up a little bit, see what happens. Yeah, okay, it pops a bit more. And then maybe we can even bump the saturation a little. Yep, okay. I know, it's a little tiny bit, but it makes a difference, right? It's not as dull, so I'm cool with that. Now, I really like this dark navy. And this bright blue, I still don't even like it as a belt. It's just so kind of wild. Let's expand our colors a bit more here. So maybe we have some more blues to work with. Maybe we can even play with the neutrals a little bit. So I'm gonna go back up to our swatches here, and let's make a lighter version of this blue. So I'm not gonna go to the palette because I wanna make a new color. I'm gonna go over here, and let's brighten it up a bit. And we'll give it, like, desaturate it just a little bit. And yeah, okay. We can try that, see how that works. And then what else do we have? You know, what if we were to take this gray and actually cool it a little bit? Because I'm pretty sure right now it's absolutely neutral. Yeah, so let's add a little blue to it and see what happens. So right now we can see that its saturation is 2%, which is basically nothing. But even if we were bringing it all the way up, it's actually like a yellowish hue, which that's weird. I don't want that. So let's bring this back down. And let's change the hue. Well, here, we'll move it in the middle so we can actually see the color. And let's change the hue to be over in the blue area a little bit. Okay, so maybe somewhere around there. And then we don't want it to be this bright blue. That's crazy. Although I do like how the vest looks now. It's kind of nice. And let's bring it back down here. And it was at 2% before. So if we bring it up a little bit, like basically around 10, we start to get a little glimpse of the color. And cool. I think that's, well, that's cool. So now it's still a very, very light gray, but you can see it actually has a little bit of blue in it, and that's kind of nice. While we're here, maybe we can adjust the light gray. Maybe we darken it just a little bit so it reads better. I feel like it's either got to be brighter than our background here, this yellow, or it's got to be a little darker, because right now it's a very tough read. So I'm gonna double click this, hit preview, and okay. So, I mean, if we go any brighter, it's just gonna be white. Well, almost white. It's better, but it's still, I mean, yeah, that's better. Let's see what happens if we make it darker. Okay. Yeah, that's all right. it's tough because, you know, you don't want it to get too close to the other colors. And right now it's the brightest color we have. So I'm thinking we go brighter. If we need the contrast, let's go brighter. So maybe like 95. Yeah. Okay. We just brightened it a touch. That's cool. Contrast. Life is all about contrast. Okay, so we're getting there. I mean, this gray already looks kind of nice. Oh, I almost forgot about our blue up here. So let's add this color to our palette. So we'll go add new, make sure it's global, hit OK, drag it on over, and then show color groups to get back to the view that we like. Wonderful. All right. So let's try to place this blue in here. So maybe we can do, well, we could try this because we know this against the background is a tough read. So let's just see what it looks like. Ooh, gets really dark, and then it's kind of tough. Let's mess with it a little bit. We just made this color. We're not committed to it. Whatever. So I hit preview. I'm gonna brighten it a little more. Oh no, we're gonna end up with the color that we hate. Yep. Okay. No bueno. That's not good. All right. Well, sometimes you get stuck like this, and no matter what you do, it just doesn't it doesn't look good. Okay, you know, maybe that color is not right for that piece of artwork there, so I'm going to undo, bring it back. Okay, maybe we try the vest. Let's give that a shot. Okay, this one. All right, I don't mind it. It's okay. But yeah, this is just such a tough read against the background. You know, it might help is we could add stripes to the shirt or something. See if that does anything. You know, for now, I think I'll leave it. What else? I really want to get rid of that blue, that bright blue color. So here, let's move that to this. And you know, the more I think about it, the more I like this as as a gray. If you were to actually watch me work, I would change my mind so many times about color. It's just one of those things. You know, you have to kind of continuously test and refine and balance and double check and look at it from out here and be like, oh, I don't know, and then look at it from in here. Yeah, it's a tricky thing. So I'm just going to go in and update some of these little bits for, again, just more like separation between shapes and things like that. Okay. So right now I'm really just debating. I'm like, do I want his upper body to be this color, this like bright color? I mean, we could try going all in on red. See what happens here. I don't know. That's a lot of red. It's a lot of red. It's also like, because it's a complement of this green, you kind of get some weird vibration going on visually, and I don't love it. So maybe we go back to red vest. Maybe we were right all along with the red vest, and that's okay. Yeah, it's kind of, that seems to work the best. Then maybe we have to change the color to a different. Oh, you know what? Maybe we need a darker red, or a different red, I should say. You know, we can still adjust and change these colors anytime we want. Okay, so I'm gonna make this a little darker, a little over here. Okay. Add that to the mix. Global, yes. Drag it in, yes. Okay. So here, we're gonna make this darker red. Yeah, that's cool. A little variety is nice. Maybe these red sleeves are too much because the shirt, like, who would make a shirt with that? That's kind of intense. So I'm just gonna have these little cuffs be the darker version. Yeah, okay, so this is starting to feel a lot more balanced. Yeah, I'm liking it. You know, we have this nice brown and then we have this red. We could like bring them together a little more and have the brown be a little more red and have the red be a little more, I guess, orangey would be the right word I'm looking for. Let's try something. So right now we're at 8 in the red. That's pretty damn red. So maybe we go a little to the right, change it so it's a bit more orange. Ooh, okay, so it's kind of interesting. So it's more of like an orangey red. It's a little more earth tone. I think that actually works better. I'm gonna go with that. And let's do the same thing with our dark red here. Hit preview, and then make it just a little more orangey. Oh, way too much orange. Way too much. Sometimes, maybe I just need to like literally do the number. Sometimes number is easier. I'm gonna darken it just a little bit more. That's cool. Okay, so that, and you know what? Orange, blue, get more compliments here. I think this works a lot better, in fact. Okay. Let's play with the brown a little bit. And the goal is to swing it just a little more to the red and see what happens. I don't want them to be the same, so we might be just fine, but let's play around. So right now it's at 34. Move it over just a little bit. It goes really red really fast. See? That might be tough. So here, if it was at 34 before, what if we just number down a little bit? So we just go down a couple. So it's like 30. Okay. And then maybe we brighten it just a little too. Again, always looking for contrast. That's like the biggest thing. So 80 feels good. Well, this is okay too. I guess if it gets a little brighter. They do get really orange though, so I don't know. Maybe we split the difference and go to like somewhere around 84. Let's try that. Okay, so I mean already the colors feel a bit more harmonious, if I may. Yeah, the red was very, very red before. I think swinging it a little more toward the orange really helps tie in the rest of the colors. And it's in keeping with that kind of earthy natural tone that we're looking for. This blue is really saturated. Like it's by far the darkest color. If you squint, you just like, see that blue. Maybe we soften it just a little bit. So let's open it up. And okay, I mean, I don't want to take away all the darkness, but I want to bring it more in line with what we have. So it's not as crazy dark. So I'm going to bring up the brightness just a little. Okay. And it's also quite saturated. We know if we go too bright, we're going to end up with that neon blue that we all hate so much. Maybe it's just me. I don't know. Everyone out there could be like, I love that blue. So I'm going to bring the saturation down just in case. Yeah. Okay, so somewhere around there. Let's do before and after. Okay, yeah, it's just a touch softer, and I'm all right with that. It's still by far the darkest color, but it doesn't feel like it's so dark that it kind of just overpowers everything. Cool. So I think we have a much better palette going on here.